provision of substantive laws. Apparently, this is why we were overly chastised for the hostile relationship that existed at the time of the political crisis between the legislature and the executive arm of government, and handed a shocking judgment that formed the basis of Mr. President declaring a state of emergency and the temporary suspension of a democratic governance in our states. Although we disagree with that decision, but we accepted it in good faith, in line with our respect and commitment to the rule of law and the preeminent authority of the higher court, in quote, Supreme Court. Also, you know too well about what we experienced from the court, why the legal battle lasted, from forum shopping and barefaced indulgence to the infamous conduct by some senior lawyers and the questionable decision from courts. In this regard, our humble request is that our court, be they inferior or superior, should perform their duty with courage and adjudicate and interpret our laws and cases that come before them in a way that promotes substantial justice, democracy, and protection of the fundamental rights of citizens. Be it as it may, it is all over. And today, we are back on our feet, fully reconciled with all parties, with no grudges or ill feeling towards anyone. I assure you that we are re-energized of the militant group. You can imagine all those things. It was because of this emergency. No, not that you're militant, but you know, in the bar, we have the senior ones and the junior ones. The senior ones, they're big people. They will not complain. They will tell the younger one, you are the one to protest. So those people who protest, you call them the militant group. They protect the common people like us. So, like I said, we will recover all the lost grounds and ensure sustainable peace and accelerated development for our dear states. We also appreciate and commend the Chief Judge of the state for providing functional and effective leadership, exceptional courage. I know what I mean when I say exceptional courage. God will bless him. And the unwavering determination to ensure that justice is served to all who seek the aid of the court in Rivers State. I also want to commend the leadership of the Nigerian Bar Association, both national and state. Please, anyone who has suffered any pain, any form of oppression in the cause of standing for justice because of our sake, we will do, or we will look for a way to correct it. I know that it was part of the things we did mention. We will address it in a way and manner that it does not bring any kind of friction. I assure you that. As a state government, we will continue to provide a stable and predictable legal environment for good governance, attracting investors and advancing peace and the development of our states. I want to personally assure the president of the Port Harcourt branch of the NBA and your other branches. First, we were on suspension or sabbatical leave when you went for the conference, so we couldn't do anything. Even if I had to do, it was just maybe individual. It would have been difficult for me to identify with you as a group. It was purely I see it as it won't be a proper procedure. So, but whatever you have spent, I know that you people can keep record very well. We will do the needful. You mentioned vehicles. There is no way we can get or provide sufficient mobility that is having enough vehicle that can take you all, the thousands of you. But we will improve on the 2 vehicles you mentioned to see if we can get a bigger ones that can take at least considerably. But I think there's one they call coastal also. If you can get about 2 coastal or more, so it will help. But for the branches too, no matter what it is, we'll also see what we can do to make sure we provide vehicles for them. I want to assure you that there was a particular thing you mentioned, issue of digitalization of our systems. It was also mentioned by the president and also stressed, or would I say overstressed by the chief judge. Whatever that we need to do, I'm not the one that will come there and do it. It's for him to say this is what is required. It becomes, what I say, you now hold me responsible if I cannot provide the resources for you to digitize the judiciary. So I think I've taken care of the basic thing. On the issue of employment, you recorded a lot of number of people that are leaving the service, but it doesn't affect the wage bill. Why? But however, just let us know what you need. We'll also do the needful. I would like to advise my Solicitor General. In this event, you're speaking for me. Even if I'm your husband, if I'm not doing well in the house, you don't need to come here and start telling people that I'm doing well. So please, you're to speak for me. You're not supposed to come and tell the world that, look, this your husband doesn't know how to turn his leg, doesn't know how to raise his hand. So in case of next time, I think I've addressed virtually everything now. Which one is remaining? I won't spill the beans. If not the emergency declaration, we had, let me tell you, the CJ was worried for you, and we're putting a lot of things, planning a lot of things for you, accommodation and vehicles. But somehow, you already know that part of the problem, even while the crisis was on, I was a very careful person, because first, our challenge at that time was the issue of budget or no budget. So while we were managing, navigating through the water with sharks and all those things, we were a bit careful so that we don't go to areas where we might have issues. That was why we didn't take care of it. But we've already had the plan. As a matter of fact, we've already done design for houses for the magistrates. So please, just know that These remaining 3 months, we did 3 months, they took 3 months, we want to complete the next 3 months. These 3 months is going to be 3 months packed with activity. So with that, I think I've taken care of all, but anyone that I've not attended to, the CJ will do a letter to me and I will respond to it. Finally, I assure members of the bench, the senior ones and the junior ones, members of the bar, and all stakeholders that our administration will continue to support the independence and effective operation of our judiciary in the year 2025 and 2026 legal year. I also have, although it's not it's not my court. When CJ invited me, I expect that I'm the one who will declare it open. So when he says declaring it open, so my own is just to not talk, Nabi. But I disagree with you, I will say declare it open. On this note, it is my honor and privilege to now declare the 2025-2026 legal year open and wish you all another successful year ahead. Thank you, and may God bless Rivers State.